Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are playing possibly the most villainous deck in the history of the channel. We are taking Esper Legends, which is a villainous deck, and Esper Greasefang, which is also a villainous deck, and we are smashing them together to make the ultimately villainous deck. So this deck runs a whole load of legendary creatures, but at its heart is the Greasefang package. So it is the cheating the Parhelion 2 or the Sky Sovereign into play with the legendary Rat Pilot. And we've all seen this done before, you don't need me to explain it. You put Parhelion in the graveyard, you have Greasefang, you bring it back, blah, blah, blah. However, built around that is also the Esper Legends shell, which also allows us to essentially power out our Greasefang combination as well. So you have cards like Raffine, which has a Connive ability, which lets you put cards in the graveyard, legendary creature. You have Rona, which does similarly, tap to draw and discard a card. So there are lots of things which allow us to essentially activate the Greasefang combo whilst also doing tinkery things with legends. So if we run through the rest of the deck, we've got 2 copies of Mox Amber at the 0-drop slot, which just allows us to power out our spells a turn earlier. We've got 4 copies of Skrelv, Defectomite, which is a very powerful legendary creature that can help us protect our Greasefang or whatever other creature we want to keep in play. 4 copies of Thoughtseize as early hand disruption, and then a Valentine, Dean of the Vein, which allows us to have an early legendary creature, but also play its backside as well later on in the game. 4 copies of Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, just to slow down the opponent's non-creature spells. Rona, as I've talked about, Greasefang and Raffine. Then we've got 2 copies of Shieldred, the Apocalypse, in the 4-drop slot, and then our vehicles up the top. So it's actually a relatively simple deck in terms of its construction. A lot of legendary creatures, and then vehicles at the top. And then other way mouse. And then in the mana base, we're running a lot of legendary lands. So we've got 3 copies each of Otawara, and Takanuma, and then 2 copies of Iganjo just to keep all of those legendary permanents coming. And then we're also running 4 Plaza of Heroes, which obviously is a legendary Matters land as well. And then just a few dual lands as well, a mana confluence just to make sure that we're hitting all the colours we need, because it is quite a greedy mana base. This you do need to be able to get all 3 colours on turn 3, ideally. So that is the main deck. And then in the sideboard, we are running Surge of Salvation to protect our permanents and ourselves from black and red effects, Spell Pierce to deal with non-creature spells, Ray of Enfeeblement to deal with opposing Greasefangs and problematic white creatures, so thinking of angels. Lavinia to deal with cards which are trying to cheat things into play. A Ratchet Bomb to deal with things which all have the same converted mana cost, so thinking tokens decks or something like that. 2 copies of Unlicensed Hearse as targeted graveyard hate. And then 3 copies of Urzina's Ruinous Blast, so that exiles all non-land permanents that aren't legendary. So all of our non-land permanents are legendary, so it doesn't affect any of them, and will just wreck the opponent's board if deployed at the right time. So that is the deck. As I say, it's relatively self-explanatory. Most of the curve is pretty low down, actually. We will be able to cast most things on turn 2 and 3. We're not really about powering out the vehicles, hard casting them, so that's why our mana base is a little bit funky, and we have room for kind of duplication of our legendary lands. But also, we've got a lot of draw and discard as well, so that is something that we can just cycle through those as well. So that is the deck. As I say, it's Esper Legends Greasefang. And yeah, let's jump onto the ladder and see how we go on. Okay, we'll always take being on the play here. Yep, this is a pretty decent hand. We've got turn 1 Valentine into Rona or Thalia. Hopefully we can draw the land we need to play Raffine. So happy with that. Oh no, I'm sniffing again. Hay fever. It's that time of year. And our opponent is in the tank thinking about their hand. Are they bronze? They're probably annoyed at having to play someone in gold. Hello. There we are. Ooh, Thran Portal. That's fun. Arboreal Grazer. Okay. Yeah, so they're playing Gates. That's interesting. Well, let's drop a Thalia then. Oh, you don't see Gates very often. Let's play Iganjo. Let's play Moxamber into Raffine. Attack targeting Thalia. Let's discard Iganjo and Thoughtseize, I think, here. Okay, let's attack. Let's target Raffine itself just to make sure that we are saving it from potential gates ablaze. We will decline. Let's pop Shieldred into play. Okay. So, gates, 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 gates. I assume they are playing Gates Ablaze, so let's put Surge of Salvation in. Spell Pierce as well. Each opponent casts cards. Yeah, because I think Lavinia stops their Colossuses when they're expensive. So let's pop that in as well. Let's take out Thoughtseize on the draw. And what else are we taking out? Maybe, yeah, a couple of copies of Skrelv. I'm not sure, not too fussed about protection from targeted removal in this matchup. Ooh, oh, that's a terrible hand. Truly awful. Yeah, yeah, that's slightly better because it's got potential turn 3 um Parhelion if we use Rona. So let's drop Rona onto the battlefield. No one ever expects Esper Legends to be playing Greasefang, but it is. Not you. Yeah, okay. Swiftly took that one down. So poor Gates probably didn't stand much chance against us there. So let's move on. Hmm, not amazing, but good enough, I think. Okay, some form of mono green. Is it devotion? Fable passage, perhaps not. Still just a forest. Interesting. Cannot currently play it, unfortunately, I don't think, even with Iganja on the battlefield, so let's draw. Discard Iganjo. Thought seize them. Okay, so more mono green ramp, really. Okay, well, let's take Calm. Pass the turn. Let's take out their Lanoir elf. Now let's draw with Rona. Let's play Shieldred the Apocalypse. So this should slow them down a bit anyway. Yeah, looking pretty rough for them, I have to say. So let's draw. Discard Parhelion. Go to attack. Draw. Let's play Raffine. Let's make Shieldred unblockable by green creatures. Attack. Connive 1. Discard this. And they die. Okay, good game one. So, mono green ramp. Definitely like Ruinous Blast in this matchup. Ratchet Bomb. Skrelv is good at punching through just all cards of one colour. Yeah, I think it's Thalia we could do without in this matchup. Bad hand is bad. Better hand is better. So, what are we putting back here? A land? We do have Mox Amber. Yep, let's pop back Plaza of Heroes. Hello. Ooh, Ratchet Bomb's good. So let's Dark Slick Shores, play Valentine, play Mox Amber. Let's pop Rona into play. Start working towards hopefully drawing a Parhelion. Yep, Troll, sure. So let's draw and discard. Let's play Thoughtseize. What are we taking here? Karn or Storm? See, they've got 9 mana anyway. Just take Karn. Play Greasefang. Draw and discard. Must try harder, Rona. So they are playing Mono Green Devotion, just a slightly funky configuration that also has Ulamog. Shame. Thought they were being original. So presumably Storm is coming back. Yep. Perfectly normal 16 mana on about turn 4. Seems reasonable. Yeah, that's going to stop us doing anything particularly interesting. Yep. No, needed our Parhelion there. Did not draw it. Never mind. Okay, so let's bring back in Spell Pierce, Lavinia, and let's take out Skrelv. Hmm. Okay, that's not bad. Does slow them down considerably, which I like. Start with Thoughtseize. Wow, this deck is wild. What on earth is going on? Okay, so let's take out Khan, I think. I can see what I had to think about that hand for a while. It was marginal whether it was good or not. Bit slow. If we had our Greasefang combo, they'd just be dead, but well, there's part of it. So let's pop Lavinia into play. Let's play Greasefang just because we can. We have no targets for it, but what is a lack of targets amongst friends? Now we can Ottawara away the troll. We can. Why does this have to be legendary? We could just hold up Spell Pierce and attack. I quite like being aggro here. So if they attempt to play a Kiora or a Khan or something, that's obviously pretty much game over. I mean, I say that, I don't know. Shame that we do not have any of our vehicles to hand. Okay, so let's attack. Do indeed love to see it. That's a hard pass from me, I'm afraid. Now we just need a way of getting in the bin. It's only because we have the backup Greasefang that I'm doing this. They don't have any black mana, which is stopping them casting Poly K. Oh, they're just going to lose. Okay, fair enough. Ah, good-o. Encore, I hear all of my fans cry. Well, all one of you. So we will go one more time round the roundabout. Okay. I mean, that's actually not a bad hand because Rona can just get rid of the duplicate copies of Rona. It's a silly hand, and you know I'm all about silly hands. So let's keep a silly hand. Ha! You think I'm playing Dimir Control? Maybe they are actually playing Dimir Control. Oh no, they're playing Rogues. Fair enough. Oh yes, feel free to put things in my graveyard. It'll just help me cast my vehicles later, you know. Oh, I know. Rona's scary, isn't she? Well, here she is again. Level of disrespect, honestly. Oh, she'll come back. She'll keep coming back. Don't think she won't. Just as well, because this hand is appalling. Just another land-based thing to do. Okay, Thalia's not bad. Let's pop Thalia into play. Let's pass the turn. Holding up Iganjo. Yeah, Iganjo will come in handy in taking down the Thought Thief. Ooh, Sky Sovereign. Good-o. Yes, big thoughts, my friend, big thoughts. Halo Forager in this economy. Uh, okay, okay. Does that work? Don't you? Yeah, you have to still pay the one, don't you? Yeah. Where's Greasefang gone? There you are. Good boy. To play with you. Yep. That was a pretty effective game one. Yeah, they misplayed their Halo Forager there, which is fair enough, easily done. But yeah, that did allow us to do what we needed to do. So, let's pop in Surge of Salvation. A couple of Urza's Ruinous Blast. Actually, do we even need that? No, maybe not on the draw. And let's take out Valentine, I think, here. Yeah, just a couple of changes, nothing major. Yes, I've been got by the Thalia clause before when you try and say if you try and cast the other side of a battle, while you're all tapped out with Thalia on the battlefield, you do still need the 1 mana. It does, because it does cast them. So similarly with Halo Forager, you do need to be able to pay the 1. So yeah, if they got back Fatal Push, they could have done it. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Let's just wait for them to finish sideboarding. Wow, what a ghastly unplayable hand. Only marginally better, but we'll take it. They always have the turn 1 Thoughtseize whenever this happens to me. Why does this keep happening to me? Oh, not falling for that one. So we don't have anything to do. We still don't have anything to do. Just pass the turn again. So let's mill ourselves. Okay, a Parhelion in the bin's pretty good. They're obviously hanging on to a few counter spells, but am I fine just putting Raffine into a counter spell? No, I think I'd rather stick Rona into a counter spell if I'm honest. Okay. The game is afoot. So, we can Takenuma again. Probably the best way of looking for... let's do this first. Hello. There's a drown in the lock in their hand, isn't there? Ah! So I'm going to cleverly attempt to thought seize it out of their hand. Okay, so we can take that. They will still be able to brazen borrow our Greasefang, but they will have to then use it and have potentially nothing else. One card in hand. They can potentially draw 4. No, we don't need another land. Certainly not one that enters tapped. Ottawa is an interesting one. Okay. So, let's go for it. You don't frighten me. Boom! Oh yeah. All skill, naturally. I mean, I knew they weren't going to draw anything. Good game. So yeah, that is Greasefang Legends. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I think the deck needs a little bit of tinkering with. I'm not sure it has enough discard outlets meant to consistently get these in the graveyard. Um, Raffine and Rona discard a lot of cards, but even they does rely on them sticking on the battlefield. Whereas the other versions of Greasefang have spells and things that do it for you. So it's interesting. You've got Takanuma as well. Takanuma did a lot of good work in that game. So yeah, enjoyable. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions on changes, it's an interesting variant on Greasefang and Legends, but I quite enjoyed it. So yeah, and as ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you next time.